A graphic of the Perkins logo swoops across the screen, revealing a chapter heading: How Tangible Symbols Should Be Presented.
When I start teaching a student how to use tangible symbols for communication purposes, I like to begin actually with real objects. And I develop a song or game routine, something that child's really going to like, and we find that they often like to play with something like a slinky. And I'll offer that child a choice. Would you want to play with this slinky, or do you want a different toy? And if the child keeps choosing the slinky, I know that that's something the child will really like and will want to play with a lot. What I'll then do is I start pairing a symbol with the slinky, and I start with a piece of the slinky embedded in a card that I then present at the same time. So I offer the object. Do you want to play with the slinky? And then I'll guide the child's hand over to tap the symbol. Oh, that's right, you want to play with the slinky. I'll do that a few times, and maybe the next time I'll come out and I'll offer just the slinky symbol. And as soon as the child touches that symbol, I have the slinky right there. It's important to be able to really pair those two things together for that child to develop the meaning and the understanding.
In a video clip, a young girl who is blind and her teacher are assembling the girl's daily calendar using tangible symbol cards.
And then you have meeting.
The teacher uses speech and tactile signing to prompt the girl to find the appropriate card.
When we're using tangible symbols as a teaching tool, there are some really important things to keep in mind. One is consistency of use. That's really critical. A child who comes in contact with a symbol a lot will learn it more often. It's important for us to use the same language so that we don't have one teacher saying, well, it's time for story time, and another saying it's time for book group learning time, when they're using the same symbol for both and using different labels. So it's important to keep the labels consistent, and that's why I think it's important to have a print label on there as well, so different teachers will know what that symbol is representing.
Outside a classroom doorway, we see a large sign reading Story and Game Room. The tangible symbol card for Story and Game Room is just to the right. It has a small book attached and is identified with text and braille.
In my case, when I have a child come into my space, it's called Story and Games Time. So they touch the Story and Games symbol on their schedule box in the hallway. There's the identical symbol on my doorway, so it's a landmark also. So when they come into my room, they know that's the Story and Games room. Yeah, Story and Games.
In a video clip, a boy who is blind and his teacher touch a Story and Games symbol card that is displayed on his calendar box. We then see them proceed into the Story and Game room, stopping to touch the identical symbol card displayed outside the doorway.
I'm using the consistent language, and that child has that opportunity then to feel the symbol multiple times coming in, and then on the way out, we take the symbol and we're putting it in the finish box so that child knows, like, that class is done.
Fade to black.